Okay, we're gonna do this video series here with some already finished artwork. Uh, so this way I'm not drawing things from scratch, but we're gonna be giving you the basics of astrology. And what we want to say in astrology is we are light. We are all made of this light. We are all this beautiful spectrum of light, these colors here. The colors of the rainbow. When you see a rainbow, that's when you're looking at, you know, what you are. You're this color spectrum of mixture of yellow, red, and blue, which makes up those are the primary colors, and those make up the secondary colors, the green, the orange, and your purple, and your violet. Colors. But, what a thing to say. We are light, and, how do you prove that? Um, the thing is that the proof is all around you, and there is no way that we can be nothing other than light. Now, all the light that we see, we can't. All the light that's around us is not necessarily in our spectrum, in our color spectrum. So when you look at the light, you're only seeing what's in your realm of your senses. So many other animals and many other uh, um, creatures, insects and stuff, see above and um, way outside of our range. See infrareds, see ultraviolets. So wherever, even in what many appear to be darkness to you, there's light. So you're the spectrum of light here. Uh, uh, that is what you are, and that is the the basis of all astrology, is that this is the science of light, the science of this light, uh, and how that affects your emotions, how that affects your spirituality, how that affects your physical body. So, if the light that we're going to be focusing on is this light, the sun's light. Right here, the sun's light, that's a sun glyph right there. It's a circle with a dot. So when you're looking at an astrology chart, you'll see that that's always going to be the sun. And it's the sun's light coming through. If this is Earth right here, the ozone layer, the atmosphere, the Earth creates like a glass, because it's made of moisture. There's moisture throughout space, throughout the whole universe, and this Earth's electromagnetic field around it creates this sort of glass bubble around the surface of the Earth, and so the light from the sun comes through at different parts of the day. Like if this was 12 o'clock noon, the light would be coming straight down. You would be getting, this yellow right here would come in. And that would be, uh, well, anyways, that's the 12 o'clock noon. For example, and just for this demonstration here, what happens as the sun. Let's say this is the east and this is the west, and this is the horizon line of the Earth. The sun rises up, or appears to rise. Again, I'm saying things here just to make a demonstration. Of course, we know the Earth turns, and the sun does not. The sun does not rise. The Earth turns this way, counterclockwise, and it appears that the sun is rising and going overhead that way. So, that being said, let's just go back to our how the reality of where we are appears to us. So it appears to us if we were on this horizon of equator line, this horizon line here of the Earth. If we were standing right here, you know, I'm gonna blow it up a little big for you. If we were standing right here, let's get the bottom out, right? We were standing right here, and this is the Earth, and this is the sky above us, and this is 12 o'clock noon. This would be like 6 a.m., and that'd be like 6 p.m. in the morning. Never mind these little indicators here. You were standing right there. You'd see the sun rise above the horizon, and then come up at around 10 o'clock around here, and then it'll come noon straight above your head, and then it'll come down into the west and set into the west. And that's what the sun appears to do, and that's what the light appears to do. But so what's happening is, as the sun moves through, as the sun comes around these different parts of the ozone, the atmosphere, it hits different spectrums of this light spectrum here. So, you know, you'll see the sunrises will have a little bit of this, violet and some of the purple, orangey type hues come through at sunrise. When you look at sunrise, you see these colors coming through. And let's say you were born at 7 a.m. or even at 6 a.m., when the sun's just peeping up. Your first breath that you take in, if you were born right there at that moment, you're inhaling the air that carries those photonically charged oxygen going into your lungs. You're inhaling those colors into your body, and your first breath is the color of who you are. That's your birth chart. So you might be these colors right here if this is the morning and you were born. So this becomes the color of who you are: the violets, the purple, and the orange-like colors. If the sun made it up to almost, just about noon, or just before noon, around 11 a.m. Well, let's just say noon. You'd be more of these yellow and green colors here. It would be coming down, and you took your first breath. You were born from your mother's womb, and you came out and you took your first breath. This atmosphere is photonically charged with these hues, with these colors coming straight in. So that becomes the blueprint of your whole physical existence, your emotional existence, and your spiritual existence. That the point about this whole thing is that, we are light. We are made of this light that we first inhale, and that becomes the blueprint of all this. But you're not ruled by it. You see, that's the thing. You don't need to be ruled by it. You don't need to be ruled by your stars. You need to rule your stars. You need to rule the light. You need to learn how light works, and then with your own thinking and critical thinking in your own mind, use the science of light and rise above it. Rise above it. Rule it. And so if you might be, in a certain hues of light, prone to depression, so there's things you can do to certain yogas that you can do to combat that. If it's raining, you bring an umbrella. So you know thyself. You know what hues of light you are. You know what your weaknesses will be and what your strengths will be. And that way you rise above. all of it, and you're not run by it, but you're able to navigate through the electromagnetically charged environment, the field that's created by light, and we are light. So, that being said, let's go over this phrase right here, this paragraph right here. The Earth moves around the sun. Let's say that's the sun. So the Earth moves around the sun, goes around it, and as the Earth moves around the sun, the Earth isn't straight up and down the north and south poles. It has a 23-degree tilt to it. So when it moves around the sun, as it moves around the sun, the certain parts of the year, like in Alaska, you're going to have 6 months of daylight, or certain parts of the South Pole, in Antarctica, you're going to have 6 months of dark, of no sun at all, because of the way the 23-degree tilt. This 23-degree tilt gives us all our weather here on Earth. So the 23-degree tilt of the Earth causes all the weather and the 12 hues of light that electromagnetically charges our bodies and the environment that we live in at different times of the year and at different times of the day. So you're going to have different energies at different times of the day. So different parts of your body get charged, just as different parts of the Earth get charged. And over here, here's a human body here. There's the head. Here is the arm stretched out, and here's the human body, all right here. And so at different times of the day, let's say the morning, your mind, see the hue of light coming in, it affects the mind. At 12 noon, your heart and your energy, the strongest part of your energy, your solar plexus area gets charged with energy, So let's say in the morning you do your best thinking, because or you're at first thinking, and you're up here just is in charge of your nervous system, your automatic nervous system, and your your brain. So all your nerves are coming alive and getting energized with this color light in the morning. See, so at the end of the day, which would be right here in this part of your body, where your sacrum is, at the bottom of your torso, where your hips are, that's like going to get charged. The light comes in and charges this area of your body. You're secreting your secretial system of your body. 12 systems of the body run from your head to your feet. So with all these 12 systems at different parts of the day, the different systems are going to get charged. So another interesting thing about this, when the sun goes down out here under the horizon, when it goes over here under the horizon, you're going to get the darker times, the nighttime, which will be, all these different 6 systems of the body here affected. So let's just stop right there and go into the next video where we're going to go into more of this of light. So remember, we are light, and we're going to get back into the second video for beginning astrology. Stay tuned.